Looking for an Android alternative to Apple's AirTags? Well, these are smart trackers for Android, and they do exist, but do they actually work? I put them in my checked luggage and I flew to another country just to find out. Okay, I actually flew to another country for a real vacation, but this was a part of the project. So what's up, s'mores? I'm Shannon Morse. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are diving into something that I have been waiting on for ages, trackers for Android that actually work really well. Or do they? Maybe they do. Watch to find out. So we're talking about the PebbleBee trackers for Android's Find My Device network. These little guys are super promising, but are they actually the best option now? Well, I put them to the test. So PebbleBee came out with 3 different trackers for Android. There's the clip, the card, and the tag. They are priced between $29.99, about $30, or $34.99, and they work with Android's Find My Device network. On the PebbleBee website, you can order them in packs of 1, 2, or 4. Now, the idea here is to help you keep track of your stuff, like your keys, your wallet. Since I'm always on the go and I buy enough souvenirs in Japan to fit into a checked suitcase, you know that I had to check them out. They are kind of similar to a Tile or an Apple AirTag, but they work within Google's Find My Device network. Now, Google's Find My Device network is rather young, and people have to enable Find My Device in order to use it. The best option, and the one that will work best for your tags, is setting your app to find offline devices with network in all areas, which helps if your device is left in a place that is not high traffic. As this network of compatible devices grows, we should find that tags will become more reliable as they will have more devices on the network to ping a location off of. Now, everything within this network is going to be end-to-end encrypted, and you cannot even access the Find My Device network for your devices unless you've set up a security PIN, pattern, or password on your Android device. So the question is, do these trackers hit the mark, or are we still wishing for an Android version of Apple's AirTags that lives up to the hype? I'm going to answer that in a second, but if you are finding this video helpful, because I did purchase these devices myself, click subscribe down below. Subscribing is a very simple way of showing me which videos you find helpful and valuable, and it tells me which direction I should be taking my channel in. This video is not sponsored, so if you want to toss a coin to this witcher, you can join the likes of Victor B, my newest Patreon supporter, over on patreon.com/Shannon Morse. Or you can click join down below to tip me a few coins and get some sweet perks in the process. Now let's go ahead and break down each one. Now I bought 2 versions, I didn't buy all 3. There's the clip and the tag. So the clip is an all-purpose tracker that you can use on pretty much anything. The size is super small, it's circular, it has an LED light around the edge, and it comes with this built-in carabiner style clip, perfect for attaching to a backpack. It is sturdy, it's rechargeable with USB-C through that little port on the bottom, which I love, and it works exactly how you would hope. It's small enough to fit into any pocket or on a keychain too. Now, whenever I'm just out and about around town, I like to stick this thing in my purse in case I need to track it. This one is quoted to have a 12-month battery on a single charge. I've had mine for about 3 months, and so far the LED is still green, and the app says that my battery is okay, which I think just okay is pretty vague. So check back in with me after a year and I'll let you know how long it actually lasted. So far so good, and this one is also IPX6 water resistant. Then we have the card, which is named as such because it's the size of a card in your wallet, just a little bit thicker. It's about the thickness of 2 credit cards. It uses a proprietary magnetic charger, which I don't like. You only have to charge it every 1.5 years though, at least that's what PebbleBee quotes, so maybe I could live with the magnetic charger, but in that time frame I might lose it. This one is $34.99. Now obviously I did not purchase that one. The last one is the tag, which is also $34.99. Now this one is the smallest, and it comes with an adhesive sticker. I have my sticker just kind of chilling right there in the case. And it does come with this rubber case that you can attach to different items through these 2 little loops. So you could slap this on something like a bike or your luggage. It's versatile, and I love that it's tiny enough to sneak into just about any nook or cranny in your bag. Like the card, it uses the same little magnetic charger, and this is what the charger looks like. Luckily, I have not lost this one yet. So at least if you get the card and this one, you don't have to use multiple charging cables, but I do dislike that this charger is proprietary. I wish it was just USB-C. Now this one again has that LED light on the front. This one is quoted to last 8 months on a single charge, and it is also IPX6. So to set up these devices, you can use the Find My Device app. You just scan a QR code, double tap the button on the tracker, and your phone pairs it up in seconds. Once it's paired, they will show up in your list of Find My compatible devices along with any other devices that you might have. You will be able to view and find them using commands in the app. But how well do these PebbleBee trackers really work? Well, they connect quickly, they stay connected reliably, and they are easy to understand. I put these in my luggage, so I would open the Find My app at each airport that I went to make sure that they were on the plane with me or they were actually at the airport itself. The app was reliable enough to show me down to within a couple of gates how close my tags were. When I was on the plane with the luggage below me, the tags say near you right now. So they're certainly reliable enough to show me whether or not my luggage got left behind in the wrong city. I did notice whenever I rechecked their location after getting to a new city, it did take the app a few seconds to a minute to update with the newer location, so I did have to practice some patience. Now, in terms of the Find My Device network, it's certainly better than it was a few months ago. It definitely helps that you can now use it with network in all areas instead of just in high traffic situations, so the problem of losing something in like a rural, remote place is lessened. And since Android's market share here in the US sits around 42%, iOS is at 58%, you do have a decent network of devices that can help with that location, and that's even better overseas. So the worry about nobody having an Android device near your tag is kind of a moot point, at least in my experience, especially since Google has been prompting people with notifications to turn on Find My Device. So the point is, we are seeing growth. But the PebbleBee did miss out on one particular hardware inclusion, and that was Ultra-Wideband, or UWB, which is in AirTags and the Galaxy Smart Tag 2. UWB is going to be more precise, while the PebbleBees work with Bluetooth. Not a deal killer in any sense, but it is still something to consider. So the biggest criticisms I have with these are the proprietary charger, though I love that they are rechargeable and should last a nice long time. Given the price, I wouldn't want to have to buy a new one every single year. And the network, but the network is steadily growing. PebbleBee has no control over Google's Find My Device network growth. Google does, so hopefully Google invests more into it. Let me know if I should review other trackers for Android, but in the meantime, these are working out pretty well for me. I'll talk to you later. Bye, y'all.